I can see the time it came to discover myself was in school when I was in kindergarten. When I was kindergarten, there's this teacher who gave us work. And I went to normal schools. I've never gone to any different school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Shout out to your mother for that.
She's really done a great job, yeah? And that time tukiongea hivi kuhusu my mother, that time tunajua ashani accept, the sad moment imeisha kwa sababu ameambiwa that you know this guy Mungu ako na purpose yake and all. So give up on him, you never know what might happen in future. So there's this guy Sami Brayo ameenda shule kindergarten, the teacher's given us work. Unaona? I was given a book and a pen and we were given some assignment to do. So I cleared my assignment nikapatia teacher. That time teacher alikuwa anazunguka around collect books. So akauliza, Brian, have you done this work? Yeah, I've done it. The teacher was like, wow, okay, God forgive me. Unaelewa? Because she thought that me being the way I am with my condition, I will never become anything in life and I will never achieve anything.
What's up, everybody? My name is Lileisha and welcome to yet another episode of Tuko Extra. Man, today we're in such a serene, greens have greened. We are here in a beautiful space at Juja Savannah Sky Resort. And this is courtesy Lileisha, courtesy of my guest today. It's gonna be chilled. We're not gonna do a lot of things like we usually. We are not. No, it's not gonna be crazy. Like today, I'm just chilled. Also, it's cold in Nairobi. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Sami Brayo.
Yes, sasa.
Poa sana. Jinisha kuintroduce, lakini you can reintroduce yourself.
Introduce myself. My name is Sami Brayo. I'm a Christian, fearfully and wonderfully made in God's unique design to create a life and legacy, pointing others to Christ through my music and sharing of God's word.
Now, you see, I have had that before.
Yes.
My question is, how long did it take you to recite that to be able to make sure you have the words right? Because when it become a poem.
Become a poem. What I can say is, hii inakuja now to my topic, knowing who you are. Unajua, identifying your purpose. Okay, identify your purpose, some things you don't have to recite them, imagine. Zinakuja tu naturally. Yes.
So it's something that you identify yourself in. You are somebody who's here to shed the light of in God's word. In God's word,
na pia kuonyesha wase the other perspective of life. Yes.
Of course, definitely the other perspective of life is the fact that you are what you're doing is what can we call it? It's not, it's extraordinary.
Yes.
You are extraordinary, and despite the fact that you are extraordinary as compared to every maybe let's say the 90% of people, you've decided to not make that something that is gonna weigh you down.
Yes.
You're not going to sit in the house and soak and close your curtains and be like stoking Jaleo. Very jolly person, by the way. Since we met him, he's just been smiling. So maybe because I've heard your mom talk about how she, you know, for her, because it was to look at you like this and be like, oh my God. But for you, when you've grown up and you at a point where you can understand and learn, okay, I'm not normal. How was that for you?
First of all, let me start where the journey began. I was born without arms and I operate mostly without my leg. This was not easy. This was because when my mother gave birth to me, it was one of very sad moment, as we can say. Why was this so? When she gave birth to me, like any other child, you can expect mtoto ako hivi, ako sawa, labda mikono, labda miguu. Lakini akanipata venye mimi niko. It was not an easy moment. She talked to people, she got encouraged. Life ikaendelea, and then there's now this young man called Sami Brayo. Niko mdogo, never saw myself any different like any other kid. When I was young, kitambo nikaenda, when I was playing, even before I joined school, nikiwa tu mdogo tu pale, my cousins when they were coming, my friends, nikiwa kitambo mdogo. Some used to say, "Ai, ona huyu ana miko, ona miko," like, okay.
Atufai kwa hivi.
Yes, exactly. That was my thought. Atufai kwa hivi. But you know what? Life ikaendelea. Unajua ukiwa mdogo pia, haujijuangi that time. Ukiambiwa tu kitu inakuhurt, unasema, mbona aliniambia hivi? Kwani how different am I? So I grew up sometimes questioning God, manzi. Hey, there was time I used to question God, manzi. I used to ask God, why me? Like, I mean, mbona niko like, why do I look like different, you know? God gave me strength and we pushed on. I can see the time it came to discover myself was in school when I was in kindergarten. When I was kindergarten, there's there's this teacher who gave us work. And I went to normal schools. I've never gone to any different school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Shout out to your mother for that.
She's really done a great job, yeah? And that time tukiongea hivi kuhusu my mother, that time tunajua ashani accept, the sad moment imeisha kwa sababu ameambiwa that you know this guy Mungu ako na purpose yake and all. Usi give up on him, you never know what might happen in future. So there's this guy Sami Ibrahim ameenda shule kindergarten, the teacher's given us work. Unaona? Au nyingine wako na mikono imepatiwa. So the whole class is silent at first. We're like, okay, what's that tuone? How we'll do it. I was given a book and a pen and we were given some assignment to do. So I cleared my assignment nikapatia teacher. That time teacher alikuwa anazunguka around collect books. So akauliza, Brian, have you done this work? Yeah, I've done it. Okay, akauliza other students, has he done the work? First our students hawakuwa sure kwa sababu wengine hiyo time unajua walikuwa na focus nayo, so hawakuwa sure sana. Walikuwa ni kama wame underestimate na maana. Unaelewa utafanya aje kazi. So nikaendelea nikapatiwa and I did and I completed. The teacher was like, wow, okay, God forgive me. Unaelewa? Because she thought that me being the way I am with my condition, I will never become anything in life and I will never achieve anything.
She actually said, God forgive me. She
said that, God forgive me. Because, yani what I remember is, ile time alisema hivyo, wakati yenye class kila mtu ashaenda, so tuko na yeye hapo. Aliniambia, Brian, hebu kama kidogo, you know, mimi nilikuwa nimekuunderestimate. Aliniambia tu kweli, like, you know, I had underestimated you. But if you've done this, then I'm sorry and I just told God to forgive me. Life ikaendelea, you see? So those are the moments that I started to discover myself, discover my purpose.
You're discovering your purpose in kindergarten, Brian?
Kindergarten.
Are you serious?
Yes, and let me just speak something about purpose when I was in kindergarten. Hii time sisi sema nilikuwa najua mambo na purpose and all. Unaelewa? Hii time naweza sema ni kama it was that moment of being molded. Ina maana. Unaelewa? Okay. Because sisi kwambia nikiwa kindergarten nikiwa mdogo, unaelewa mambo na purpose kabisa. Unaelewa unafanya tu vitu, lakini ni kama kuna mahali unafaa kuna direction maybe unapelekwa lakini uoni. So unafanya tu vitu lakini sasa ukiendelea una by the way this happened for a certain reason. Okay, so niko hivi because of this, unaelewa? So nikiendelea la life and I started growing myself through reading books and being aware of how things happen kwa life. Ilinifungua pia mind na nikajua yenyewe there's a lot I need to do in life. Yes.
And there's a lot you can do in life.
There's a lot I can do in life.
So this is now kindergarten, you've gone and in school and the most interesting thing I think so far is that you went to like every other normal school. Like with that one I'm just like kudos. Yes. But how was that for you? I mean, yes, you've grown up.
Yes.
And you understand, you yourself unajielewa na unajua. In as much as I am the way I am full of a lot of purpose. There's so much more ahead for me.
Yeah.
But I would look at you in a normal situation. Mimi nikiwa a small child, I would look at you and I'm like, did you get children telling you where, or you know, like that? Because children, first of all, they're very innocent and they just say it as it is. Kama ukiwa aje, hata kama umevaa vibaya, mtoto atakwambia uko smart.
Even ndio huko. Hiyo ni ukweli. There was this instance nilikuwa primo. Newcomers wakikuja, unajua the newcomers wanakuanga tu like wanataka kujua shule iko aje, wanaenda go around. There was this young man amekuja shule mgeni, that loud guy. Hey, hello guys, I'm new to this school and all. Sana anaenda kila class akiambia wase, nimekuja hebu nionyeshe venye kunaenda. This guy came to my class. Kwanza akaangalia, akaniona lakini maybe hakuona hapo. Alafu ile tu akatana akaona, okay. Akona huyu mtu, kwanza akauliza mtu, okay, huyu anasomea huku ama what's up? Kwambia, yeah, he's part of us. That guy, ile time aliona niki move, alishtuka. What? Alishtuka. Unajua hata mko primo. Ndio sio imagine watu wanakuanga. Mtu akisema kitu nikana pull crowd. Nini. So hata wale watu wengine walikuwa wameona sijui kwa hivi, sasa wanaanza sasa story. So your time ili feel, okay, kwani huyu tena amekuja na gani? And that guy was very innocent by the way. Alikuwa ananiona anashanga, kai sasa ni Ibrahim, okay, how do you do things? Like, how do you study in such a school? Unaona, alikuwa very curious about me. Niki fast forward, that guy, eventually tulikuja tukakuwa friends. Lakini, I remember there's a time we sat with him and we talked with him. Akaniambia nyumbani walikuwa na go through a lot sana. Na ile time alikuwa ananiona, alikuwa ananiambia first of all, despite kushtuka, aliniambia that I really gave him hope that time. Unaelewa?
Oh, really?
So hata yeye kuzunguka shule, it was not of yeye kuzungusha si ati kwa sababu mzazi alikuwa maybe anataka, kwa sababu ya zile vitu alikuwa anapitia, alikuwa indisciplined and all. So the fact alikuwa ananiona hivi, aliona niko jovial na nafanya vitu fulani zenye watu wengine wana do even much maybe better. Na by the sikuwa shocked kwa ubaya, kindly forgive me, ile tu sikuwa sure yani venye you do your things. So we became friends even now we talk. And
really?
you know, I thank God because I changed someone's life in one way or another.
You definitely did, because mtu akangala anasema kama wewe anaweza fanya, then you need to change, which is true. I think that's the purpose you're saying, that you have, you know you've been brought here to do. So understanding, now you are at a space where you're starting to understand yourself, understanding also your purpose, and now you're in school. How did you start learning that? Because of course in school you have to write, you have to do everything. How did you start learning to do things with one leg in terms of writing and, you know, just being active as a student in school?
Okay, this is where it all started. When I was young, that time when I was joining school, before I joined school, we used to live with our cousin at our home. Alikuwa that time a candidate. So alikuwa anaishi kwetu, so na shule ilikuwa karibu. So kila time alikuwa kitoka shule sasa akona assignment zake. Mimi niko hapo naona akifanya assignments zake, niko like hebu nipatie hiyo pen. Brian, unataka pen ya nini? Brian, yes, hata hujui kuandika ndio unaanza kuandika. Unataka, what do you want the pen to do? So mimi niko like, just give me, I show you what I can do. Unaelewa? Nikikukumbusha nikuambie, when I was young I never saw myself any different. Unaelewa?
For you knew this is normal.
Yaani mimi niko sawa. So yeye ananiambia, mbona unaninyang'anya pen? Mbona mimi nashanga, mbona unaniambia nisichukue pen yako? Mimi namchukua tu, nachukua na scribble tu vitu chini. Alikuwa anachukua sengine anachuna kidogo hivyo, lakini hiyo za kazi, so nilikuwa naelewa ni ile tu maybe anataka niacha focus kidogo na kazi yake, alafu so mimi niko huyo. So I started to write kitambo with snatching my cousin's pen. Nikaanza kuscribble down vitu chini, and then now kaanza slowly pole pole tu kuanza kuchukua pen ikianguka kushika, alafu naweza sema nao kushika nao ilikuwa sasa, hiyo ilikuwa out of now a lot of training, lakini sikufunzwa na mtu.
Yourself?
Mimi peke yangu kujifunza. Sikufunzwa na mtu kuchukua pen.
Umecut cost hapo. Mwambia mom, worry no more, hii pesa hatupeleki kwa hospitali.
Definitely. Unaona? So kujifunza, unaona? The fact that tukiwa class nilikuwa nachorea tu diagrams. Unaelewa, like tukiwa na plan tukiwa class 2. Tulikuwa tunapata diagram kufanya. Watu wananipatia books niwachoree kwa like, okay, how? Unaelewa? Wanachorea, lakini hiyo time so kwamba nikiingia class 1 watu walikuwa wamenizoea sana. Lakini that year at least things zilianza ku develop pole pole.
Kwa sawa na kuzoea, wanajua this guy can do this, he definitely can do this.
Msana anaweza fanya hivi, kumbe anaweza fanya hivi. So for them it was like surprise day by day. Okay, kumbe this is your life, unaelewa? For me it was great. Changing and impacting people's lives in one or another. That made me happy.
And you've been doing that since you were a child?
Since I was a child.
Up to now?
Up to now.
Now you are, how old?
Huh?
Now how old?
Now. Mnaweza guess hapa?
Acha tutaanza kuguess nikikumbuka. Ulituambia you voted for the first time.
Yeah.
So if you voted for the first time, the last time we voted was 2017. Am I right? Yes, 2017. So that means by that time you were not 18.
But okay, if I tell you something, even that time the first time I voted, you know, imaanisha ati that time niligonga that age, unaelewa?
Oh really?
Yeah, it was quite different. I mean,
okay, basi hapo wenyewe hiyo guess what? Ushanipoteza. But anyway, you've been impacting lives up to right now, even older people. Like even for me, honestly, I will not sit here and lie to you. When I saw the way you're drawing and playing the piano kwanza ni Rekegwere. I did piano when I was in high school.
Okay.
Because it was either you do music, remember with music, French, business studies. So I picked music and I chose piano because I found like piano is a very romantic instrument.
Yeah, ukicheza pale watu.
Wow. So I did that, and let me tell you now, I don't even remember do re mi fa sol la ti do. So me seeing you doing that, I'm like, why, Aisha? You could do it, but you just refused to do it.
Yes.
And look at Sami Brayo, he's doing and even exceeding what you could do. So even me at my very big or small age, you are also impacting my life in one way or the other.
Definitely.
So then now let's get into you doing now the extraordinary things.
Yes.
You're an amazing artist. I saw your drawings and I was like, hey? I can see you again, we're saying playing the piano. You also did a music video.
I have a song. I'm a musician.
Imagine. I'm like, excuse me, sir. It's a lot.
Yes. Definitely, Aisha. Let me tell you something. Mina semanga, despite the fact that I don't have arms and I use mostly one of my leg to operate, me believe that when you uko, there's a purpose you've been called to do, unaelewa? Yani, there's something that you've been called to do. Many people ask me, Sami Brayo, how do I know my purpose? Nijuaje, mtu ujuaje?
Kwani mnanoki wangu mnaambiwa?
Mnaambiwa.
your purpose.
Yako ule ulitokufanya hivi. But me what I say is you have something that you have to do. Unaelewa? Unapenda kupika, unaelewa? Hii maisha kila mtu kuna kitu anapenda kufanya. I mean
kukula. Umeongea kupika, si tunapenda kukula.
Yes. And for me I don't judge because why? Usione mimi nasemanga ukiona mtu fulani maybe anafanya kitu fulani usijikompare na useme kwa sababu maybe ule talent yake ni maybe ni football na hiyo ndio maybe inaonekana kama ni talent iko among maybe the top listed and maybe kuimba and all. Yako kama ni kupika ile kidogo wewe pika, unaelewa? Sometimes si lazima upate maybe validation but at the end of the day it's all lazima kutoka kwako from you, unaelewa? Because mimi nikiwa shule, let me tell you something, when I was starting to draw, let me give you an example of drawing. There was a time when nikichora nilikuwa naona so unachora nini, like kuna watu wale ni discourage by the way shule, some people discourage me, kaniambia Sami Ibrahim, what are you trying to do? Mimi niko like yani unaniambia hivyo, unaniambia hapana, acha aujui, yani wewe umefanya your best but some people tell me
anakuangalia
Sami Ibrahim kuna tumefanya. Mimi nakwambia there was times I really used to cry. When I was young sometimes I really used to cry. Na kuuliza Mungu maswali nakwambia like why me? Yeah, why? Nachora hivi I'm doing my best nachora lakini bado tu naambiwa nachora vibaya. Lakini unajua what, siku give up, unaelewa? Niliendelea kulearn my skill, kuperfect my skill, unaelewa? So even unaweza kuadvise yani mtu yote ako pale mwenye mimi anajaribu kudiscover anaweza fanya nini ama ako best at what? Kuna ile tunapenda, si ndio? Perfect it, unaelewa? Challenges zitakuja. Mimi nilikuwa nachora vibaya, pencil inavunjika, nasikia vibaya. Mbona sasa hii pencil upati nyingine nini I never gave up. Unajua kama kitu iko ndani yako.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's
something you can do about it,
yeah.
But not removing that you are good at this. It's just working towards it.
Unaelewa? Na mimi nasemanga at the end of the day ni wewe kujitambua. Ukijua hii craft yako ni poa from you. That's what nimekuambia. It must come from you. Wewe ndani mwenyewe. Ukijua this is what I was called to do and this is what I love. Push nayo. Enda nayo.
Tena sana. I love it. You said about points where you're crying, you're feeling yourself.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation of depression where you're just saying, I don't want this?
Okay, let me speak. Naweza sema hivi. For me I cannot see ikufika ile level depression, lakini kama maybe discover, I think it will have led to that. Kwa sababu nasema depression is more of stress kidogo inakuwa unaelewa, inakuwa whole tank. And I cannot say ilifika hiyo level, lakini mimi na believe ingefika hapo kama identify, unaelewa? Unless with the right people around you, unaelewa? Even the right people around you really matter a lot, unaelewa? Kama mimi, my mom has been very supportive, unaelewa? She really fought for me to go to a normal school, unaelewa? Yes, even apart from me also believing in myself and knowing that I can, unaelewa? Knowing the right people around you and also believing in yourself na pia kujidentify, unaelewa? Ukiwa na shida talk, unaelewa? Me I used to talk, so maybe then nimekuwa mtu napenda kubonga sana, like kutoka kitambo nikifeel kitu niaje kuna hii kitu fulani I'm really feeling, unaona? Seek guidance, unaelewa? Alafu some people ask nikiseek guidance na maybe kana niambia mtu, unajua kuna watu wanasema ngana maybe I'm not telling the right person, ama nikiambia mtu fulani aende unaona? I think that's why it all narrows down to the right people, mentorship, unaelewa? Kwa na mtu mwenye ako below you, identify mentorship and having the right people around you, definitely.
So you do have a mentor other than your mother?
Definitely I have a mentor. It's really important for anyone in life, unaelewa? Because si kila mtu hujua everything.
You can't know.
Nobody knows all, unaelewa? So ukiwa hata na mentor, despite that even yako na path yake, ni ile tu sengine kukwambia hivi na mwambia, you know what, yes I feel hivi but me I feel, unaelewa? It's more of like you having also a conversation. Definitely.
I like that. Oh my God, this is so cool. So now let's get to the point where you voted. I mean, for anyone it's normal. You're just like, we're going tunaenda kura, nasema tunamka mapema tunaenda kupiga kura, and you're getting stressed about kuamka 5 kupiga kura.
Yeah.
But for you it was something exciting. Maybe you can just give us that experience for you. You know, uliamka 5 kama sisi wengine. Kuamka 5 and when you got there were people looking at you like and how did the situation, the ROs and POs and all those guys around the voting
the
place,
assistants and all,
election assistants,
yes.
Not ROs and POs. Those ones are tallying.
Yes. So venye mimi naweza sema, for me it was first of all exciting and it was it's called what anxious moment at the same time. This is because of what? First of all, having no arms, I mean, unaweza vote aje? That was the question.
Guys wanakuwa sema
okay, utavote aje? The other thing, kuna ile niko napaka. Utapaka wapi?
By the way.
Utapaka wapi? Unaelewa? So for me it was a very good and anxious moment at the same time. So I woke up very early, nikaamka asubuhi nikasema, you know what, this is my day. I really need to exercise my constitutional rights.
I love it.
Yes, so nikaamka, nimechangamka, nikaenda hapo, nikapata line, watu wamepanga line. So niko hapo kwa gari na shaka, wow, okay, this is the moment sasa. Na vote mara ya kwanza. Now, Sami Brayo, now go and do your thing. So nikaenda, nikaona line imepangwa hapo. Now because I believe that people were differently abled, walikuwa wamepatiwa nini yao. Wakifika pia definitely unajua, were given a chance also to cast their vote. Yeah. So nikafika, I thank God for all those guys wakanipatia chance. Akamsema Brayo umefika, umeka hapo. I took a pen with my foot. Nikatik. The right candidate.
Just like this.
Watu okay. Pole tu wanaelewa, wanaona what this guy can do. Alafu hapo ndani kulikuwa na watu. Yeah, from the video kuna watu hapo wamekaa hapo. So nilikuwa okay. Sasa kwambia okay. But I progressed, nikatik kuna ile point ya kuweka sasa kwa ballot. I really appreciate those assistants. First of all, walifanya kazi fiti sana. Waliniwekea ballot pale chini nini.
So they put it down for you to be able to actually do it.
Nifike yani. Nikachukua pepa na mguu. This right leg nikaeka, nikachukua pepa nyingine nikachukua pepa nyingine nikaeka. Nikamaliza, imagine. Nilikuwa like oh my. Yani nime participate in constitutional right na nimemaliza. Hey, that was one of my, kama kuna highlights, one of the best highlights in my life.
2022.
Yani ilikuwa
hata life, si hata year, life.
Si your life, imagine, unaona? Kwa sababu yani ni kujituma, unaelewa? Kujituma, kujiamini, unaona? Kusema you know what, me take it out of my comfort zone, nataka kutoka. Unaona? Nakwambia possibilities are endless mazi ukijiamini na kujituma.
I love it. I love it. Such a positive vibe. Now you are also, other than of course the craft that you do, I also saw you got a lot of followers. That means also people look for you as an influencer.
Yeah.
So you are also an influencer.
I'm also an influencer.
So get into that space, how was that?
First of all, I'm an influencer of certain products. Mtaijua mkienda kwa social media platform. Yeah, for me influencing has been one of the things and I really appreciate as a differently abled person so much. Kwa sababu kufika point yenye you can promote a product and people believe in it because of whatever you can do, si kwa sababu venye uko, lakini whatever you can contribute. For me it was such a heartwarming moment in my life. Because like the product that I'm an influencer, for me it was, before ikuje it really took a lot because unaelewa, kwa sababu mtu kama mimi before tu kuamini, unajua lazima pia uende huko nje ujitume sana.
Prove yourself also.
Ujitume sana, ujiprove sana. Kama hiyo nakumbuka ilikuwa more of like ilikuwa competition. So mimi nilikuwa hapo nasema vote for me guys to become this top brand influencer. So for me people believing in me, and that time I did an art video yenye ilituma propel kuwa influencer, unaona? So talent, believing yourself, unaona kupel kwa wapi? Perfect skill kuko juu. So for me influencing has been one of the greatest things that have ever happened in my life. Na kama kuna mtu ako hapo nje na believe as influence product yake, believe in Sami Brayo, I'm telling you. I can.
Definitely. If I had a product me I'd give you, because you have, let me tell you, even the way you talk and the way you smile, you influence me to do. I'm like, I can do, you know, I feel like leteni bana, hata anaweza jenga nyumba. I can be an architect right now bana. You know. I
really appreciate.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing for being who you are. And also one thing I've noticed as you're speaking, you're not saying disabled, you're saying differently able.
Differently abled. Can I tell you something? Do you know a disabled person is a dead person?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a
English teachers.
Yeah,
what have you been teaching us?
I hope now you know, yeah? Yeah.
Change that syllabus.
Change that syllabus, change that syllabus. I really believe that people who are differently abled have possibilities and capabilities to do in life. Unaelewa? Many people I believe who are differently abled wako kwa nje wamefungiwa na wazazi. Some people feel that because of my conditions siwezi fanya kitu fulani, unajua? Me, one of the things that nimekuwa advocate for definitely. Yeah, in one way or another, unajua mtu sema mali amefika concerning kulingana mali ametoka. So for me, I believe these people who can, and when I say differently abled, I keep on reminding these people that, you know what, each and every time unasema disabled, mind yako inasema unaelewa. So whatever you speak also really, it's really powerful. You understand? So each and every time you keep on speaking that word, you're disabled, manze utaweza kufanya vitu, unaelewa? So each and every time, because I believe each and everyone is differently abled. Kama wewe definitely kuna kitu unaweza fanya mtu mwingine asifanye, unaelewa? You all differently abled, unaona? So each and every time you sema hakuna mtu disabled, unaona? Na immediately ukikeep mind yako wewe ni disabled, tunakwambia
umeharibu,
umeisha. You're definitely disabled because of the thoughts and the actions you put in your life. That's it.
Manze yenyewe, for real, you have understood yourself. I think that's the most amazing thing, because even you, and I think we need to give a big shout out to your mother, because she's been there since you were young. So in as much as other people have come in your life to tell you, yeah, you can do this, but your mom is the one who's mentally done that for you, because it starts from that young age.
Yes, manzi ukiwa mdogo, acha nikwambia Aisha. You see, when whatever parent pumps into you, it really makes a lot of impact in your life. Yani nakwambia, mzazi akiamua kukuwa toxic kwa mtoto, mtoto anakuwa toxic, unaelewa?
Till akiwa mkubwa.
Hadi ukiwa mkubwa. Mzazi akiamua kuonyesha mtoto this is the right way, mimi nakwambia unaweza kufanya anything unataka kwa hii maisha. Nakwambia mtoto atapropel, unaelewa? And me even as a different level person, even when I go to speaking engagements, I usually tell the parents like that. You understand? Me kama my parents would have angenitharau nikiwa mdogo, ama aseme this child hizi kitu, mimi singekuwa mali niko sasa, unaelewa? Lakini kuna ile positive ile kwambia unaweza. Mimi nakwambia kuna time nilikuwa natumwa duka. Imagine natumwa duka. Yani there's a time I used to be sent to the shop, na unatumwaje duka yani?
Actually mama una overdo.
Aje hao. Ameweka bag hapo ambapo enda nataka kunilete sabuni, unga na vitu kama hizo. Na nakuja nazo, imagine. Time fly na imagine ukambuoshe vyombo. Mimi nitaosha. Wewe ndio sana.
Mampia bana.
Utasaje vyombo. So unaelewa, so ni more of like kujiamini, kujituma. So ukiamini, sasa ingine unapata hata mzazi anakuchallenge, anakuambia unafikiria so unaweza zaidi, nitakuonyesha unaweza hata zaidi kuliko unafikiria unaweza.
That's really nice.
So
I love
parents
it.
really play a
very big one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've talked to your mom about everything else. In that part of you, grow up, has your mom ever told you, there even family members who said, "Ai, ni uchawi, ni urogi, wachana nayo." Unajua anasema, "Ai, hapana," because I heard your mom saying throughout her pregnancy, she did not know this is what's going to happen. She was shocked when she saw you.
Like, okay, this is what when nimekwambia the way we started the interview. I could expect maybe atapata mtu kama.
Of course.
But what I can say is, nakwambia people talked. Si nakwambia venye kuko. People now talk, unaelewa? Society, we're in Africa. People talked and people believe in a lot of things.
Yeah, people they're like, walirushiwa. That's why walirushiwa sijui nini.
People talked, mimi nakwambia. Alafu we live in a society that people judge you wakikuona. Unanielewa? Watu wanakujudge tu wakiona huyu jamaa, huyu hawezi, huyu hapana, huyu hawezi manze. So we really need to change that narrative, unaelewa? Lakini what I can say for the question of just asking, people really talked, waliongea sana, wakiona maybe hiyo time nikiwa mdogo mamangu akinibeba. People used to, mbona unabeba mtoto? Mbona unambeba? Kwa nini? Unaona? So people never understood the reasons behind, unaona? Lakini mimi nasema if you know your journey and where you are going manze, haufai kusikiza distractions.
Wengine bado najifara away.
Far away.
Stay far and far away.
Far away. Unaona? So tukaendelea hivyo, people talked, and mimi nakumbuka hata kuingia shule unajua iko rahisi. It was not easy, imagine. Mimi nakwambia nikiingia shule, mimi nakwambia walimu walikataa. Most of the schools walienda.
Well, it's going to be a bit too much for them.
It's going to be a bit too much for them, unaelewa? Hawaku believe that this guy can do a lot of things and can do the things for himself. So mimi nikienda shule ile time nilikuwa naingia primary school, unaelewa? Hiyo time si walimu juu the fact that walikuwa wanaona maybe siwezi, wakata kunipatia chance. So unapata ile time yenye unapatiwa nafasi, una blow up na unakuwa tu mtu mwingine amazing sana kwa maisha. Unaelewa? Na mimi chenye pia naweza sema ni the fact that pia nikiwa mdogo the teachers could believe in me. That really played a big role in my life.
They did. Shout out to those teachers.
Ile time, lakini sasa unaona hiyo wakati sasa washanipatia nafasi, lakini tukianza kini wakiwa tena buda unaweza fanya kitu na wanaanza kuona unaweza. Unajua mimi niko nataka kuwa pilot by the way. Nimekwambia hivyo.
I want to actually ask you, in your dreams of growing up, what's the one thing you wanted to become? Because I'm sure everyone has a dream. You're like, what can I do? What did you want to do?
Mimi nimetaka kuwa pilot sana. Sana.
Still up to date.
Sasa nikwambie kitu. Unaona? Nikiwa mdogo nilikuwa na ndege nasema, mimi siku moja mimi ni ule rola. Mimi nimekuwa visionary kutoka niko yangu.
I'll be that guy.
Mimi nitakuwa mse. So unapata nikiwa mdogo nikisema hiyo vision kwa wasi, una mikono utaendesha aje ndege,
unaenda utapatia passengers apanikata,
atapata panikata, utambeba aje, unaelewa? Mimi nikiwa shule na Zango nilienda shule nafanya aviation. So mimi nikiwa form 2 kuna develop lambot leo tunaenda airport manze, tunaenda kustudy ndege and all practical. Mimi nikakuwa among the chosen. Teacher hapo umejua hapo umejua ni nini. So mimi nikaenda tukaenda hapo, niko the other, unajua sasa kwa airport kuna hapa la zingine unaona mshukua sana napenda hiyo hata mimi najua nitaingia hata mimi hapo pole pole.
Utavaa hizo manguo na zile zinaitwa jezi.
Zile badge zao.
Badges.
Yeah, the badges and all. So mimi nikasema that's it, my opportunities here. So tukaingia kwa ndege that it was a small aircraft, lakini nilikuwa tu ndege bado. Tukaingia, me at least nilikuwa hapo. Tu sikuweza kuendesha, but I was a co-pilot. In which for me it was wow,
that's a big
and
deal.
I really thank my friend mwenye tulikuwa naye, namshukuru sana. It was tulibambika sana hapo. Like wow, man, si ndo hawa sasa, na mimi nilikuwa nataka kwa. So kumaanisha you never know what might happen. Siku moja mimi nasemanga dreams are valid. Hiyo ndege unaweza kuwa among the top fit pilots in the world, you know? No.
It's the ambition for me.
Yeah.
You are full of ambition. I like that.
And I really appreciate it.
I really like that because I mean it's something that you've decided. Me by the I'm turning show. Nothing is going to stop me. What you think here is what you're going to focus on.
Mindset is very powerful. Nakwambia. Mindset. Whatever you think is very powerful. Unaelewa? And not only whatever you think, let me tell you, even whatever you think about yourself. Unaelewa? Mimi nakwambia kuna time fulani that kama okay, I really napenda sana kutumia example ya kuchora because mimi watu wengi bibi wanajua sana na kuchora, na unajua unachora na mguu fiti sana. Mimi nakwambia kuna time fulani that nilikuwa naenda nilikuwa shule na nimepata diagram ya kuchora, si ndio? So time fulani nimechora wengine fiti, mse mwingine ananiambia wewe umechora lakini hujachora poa sana, niko like nimechora wengine poa. So unapatanga hata ukimove on bado tu kuna wale wase wenye
watakuwa
naelewa
bad energy.
Yeah, bad energy. Once again, bad energy na stay far away. Know your purpose, move on. Unajua challenges zitakuwa, hiyo naona nasema zitakuwa. Na zitakuja moto. So you really need to know how to overcome them and positive mindset. Unajua mali unaenda. So stick with that. You'll be good to go. Na utakuwa champion.
I love it. Now let's get down with the serious things. Let's get back. Is Sammy Brayo saying some girl? Because that time ukinaisha kwa simu nilikuwa tu ala. Then I look at you. You're very, very handsome, very jolly, very, you know, like tunaweza kacha tupige story. Have you seen somebody?
Nashukuru sana for that point.
That question?
It's a very good question. Yeah. Oh, so you're asking if I'm seeing? Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, first of all, I really believe God's time is the best. Yeah, and but then okay, it's a good question first of all, but I believe.
Why are you looking at Mose first? Kwani akona script hapo. Mose is his friend, amemleta hapo, mbona umeangalia Mose kwanza?
Okay, first of all, I'm really coming to that question, Aisha. First of all, naweza sema hiyo imekuwa a very interesting question, wasema nataka sana kuniu. Na si bedhi, you're not like a girl. You want to nataka kujua mseni aje, what's up? Lakini it's something that it's cooking, eh? It's something cooking.
Yeah.
It's something cooking. So I'm really unveiling that by the soon and hiyo nao nasema hiyo nao nitakuwa accountable. So unajua tu socials zangu Sammy Brayo. I'm really unveiling that soon because Aisha of late watu wametaka sana kujua about my life. Unaelewa? Kuna hiyo watu wangependa kujua Sammy Brayo unaishingiaje. Unaona? Watu wangependa kujua mimi nimenisha mambo ya kuvote. Sammy Brayo unafanyanga haje na like how is your daily life? Unaona? Like people really need to know that. Unaona? Na hiyo ni kitu moja na launch very soon. So thank you so much for that question. Lakini it's dropping and that one niko very accountable about it.
Okay. Yes. So we just wait to see how your life goes. If there's a baby girl in there, we'll see how also that goes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's something that nimekuwa sana nikitaka
work on.
Yes. Na sasa ndipo umeniuliza nao nimesema.
We are here for it. We are here to see it all. All right. Maybe as we just finish up and closing, what's the we have like maybe 3 months, September, October, November, December, 4 months to the end of this year. And a lot has happened. One thing you've achieved, first of all, is getting to be able to vote.
Yes.
And as much as we still don't know what's going on in this political situation, but you've been able to go through that and there's still a few more months. What can you expect from you other than the big unveiling?
Other than the big unveiling, yes, nimevote. First of all, let's peace endelee. But really about Kenyans, was it?
Same. Shout out to you Kenyans.
Umejaribu this time at least to maintain peace. Lakini there's a lot in store for Sammy Brayo. Reaching out to people, touching more lives, hope, giving more people hope. Unaelewa? I'm really venturing into more of artwork. I really do a lot of art. Paint, pencil, and charcoal. I'm really doing a lot of artistic works in terms of my life. nafanya bado more of motivational talks, motivational engagements. You also I'm a swimmer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a swimmer. One of the days pia ningependa kwenda competition na watu waone, kwanza niende live hapo muone venye na swim, because watu wamekuwa kisema una swimming maybe la tungependa kuona maybe ukiswim ama maybe compete na watu. Unajua sasa kuna kuswim na kuna ile competition na wase. Na watu si watu differently able. I'm sure about
see like you know
yeah kwenda
kwanza as big people tunaambianga we are the best swimmers.
Nimekuwa nifanya practice so much concerning that. I very soon unveil once I'm also winning swimmer, hope you know that.
Yes,
yeah
we know it.
Yeah, nashukuru. So those are some of the insights that I'm really planning to do, at least. So that's why I'm nasema people really need to watch out for me this time. And maswali mingi sana watu wako nazo, I'm really willing kuziansa, unaona, kuansa them na kuwa show the other aspect of Sami. But kuna a lot of Sami aspects zenye watu unafaa tu mchill muone sasa. Sasa unajua sasa tunaendelea and itakuwa more of venye mimi vitu zangu behind the scenes za my art, unaona. So nitakuwa na venture into more of showing people behind the scenes of this Sami Brayo. Who is this Sami Brayo? Know more about Sami Brayo. Na ujue vitu zingine pia zenye Sami Brayo ama vitu zingine unge expect kujua kwa okay kumbe nakwambia hivi, but anyway zote tunazi bring down soon. And that one once again I'm very accountable for that.
Yeah. I like that. All right. Okay, maybe last. Other than the fact that you're saying you still want to be in the aircraft and be a pilot.
Yes.
What other big dream do you have? You know, like bucket list that you have, and you're like, this I must do in the space of God, because I mean everything is God willing. We can't be able to just say I must without saying God willing, because it's His will. It's
His will, yeah. Yes. Speaking about the pilot factor, yes, I know it's a dream that I really wanted to have when I was young. I'm not saying that it cannot happen, because you never know with these things of life. Things can happen and you become, but even though I'm not saying it won't happen, even though it may not, God may lead you to another step in life or another direction, which you need to focus and venture and to bring more hope and change people's lives. You understand? So what apart from that aspect, the aspect of giving people hope, I want to reach a point where I will speak to differently able people and inspire them, change their lives. Apart from that, give people hope once more. And live in this life where I will advocate for people's rights. People's rights, not only differently able people. People's rights, manze. Unaelewa? Kama mtu kitu ni yake. Mpatie. Usikuwa double-sided hapana. No. So giving people life, inspiring millions, giving people hope.
Music.
And music. There's a song coming by the way, a very big song. I've told you I'm a rapper. So in terms of rapping, because first of all nimefanya song na Faith Muturi. She was a former NTV crossover host. Tangaza. I've done another song called Pressure, and I've done Download. Now people want to see Sami Brayo. Ngoma sasa Sami Brayo, nataka kuona sasa Sami Brayo utatuambia nini sasa.
Album hivi EP.
Album EP. Zote zina drop manze. Na kuna song ina come on air, a very big song. Imespeak. Hiyo najua kuspikia. Hiyo nayo unajua kuna zile songs zenye unasikiza kama artist. Si kujichocha, lakini kama imekubali inaenda kuua sana. Unaelewa? So music inakuja be a very big song. I'm a musician and I'm a rapper, so pia nita diverse sana in terms of my rapping. Yenyewe this guy can do a lot of stuff. Nile tu that's venye nimekuambia. Usinyime wasi opportunity. Unaelewa? Sasa nikuambie kitu, in every difficulty there is opportunity. Unaelewa? So usione ati wewe sijui uwezi, unaelewa? So wewe changamke, go ahead, right mindset, focus, na unajua anything you want in life manzi, we go for it. Kwa champion.
That's such a good parting shot. Kwa tuambia okay, parting shot bro, sasa umesha parting shot for us. So, I love that. So of course we're going to let you show us your art.
Yes.
And I don't know if you have something for
yes, I have someone to write. Naweza kuandikia hapo.
Unaweza tuchorea hapo. Pia kama unaweza chora na rap at the same time.
Zote.
What can't we do? Positive mindset.
Sawa.
Mimi nitawaambia kwa heri guys, but we still stay there because Brayo is about to do crazy things. This guy, I don't know, man. So thank you very much guys for being with us throughout the whole episode. Don't leave yet. I won't sign out now because mutaenda. Mnapenda nikisign out. Ngojeni Brayo achore. were texting me.
Yeah. Ni mimi.
Ni wewe ulikuwa
Ni mimi kabisa. So unaona nimefungua simu. I make a call. Tuseme ni mtu amepiga. We can actually even make a
call. Let me call.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Hope kuna network kama niko na credit.
Elia, alafu na I pick. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
You did it. We did it, Joe.
Yeah, and then
Wanna hang up.
unafunga.
Haya.
You good? Ukimaliza tumia maybe umeongea na watu unafaa kuongea nao. Unafunga simu aje? Unafunga and
do Netflix and chill.
unachukua and you carry on.
It has been an amazing, encouraging interview. I've enjoyed it fully. Thank you very much again. My name is Lilia Shan from Sammy Brayo and say, from Sammy Brayo and I, we say you can do it.
Yes, and they need to remember to follow me Instagram, Sammy_Brayo. YouTube, kindly subscribe, Sammy Brayo. Twitter, Sammy Brayo_able. TikTok, Sammy_Brayo. Facebook, Sammy Brayo. When life gives you a lemon, make a lemonade. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Thank you so much and thank you for the interview.
You're welcome. Bye guys.